Shabbat Shalom.
In this incredible, warm community. Bada boom bing? No? Okay. There were those who wanted us to cancel Shabbat, but I reminded the congregation that when Rabbi Grafman was here, that Temple Emanu-El held Shabbat services without air conditioning, and the building is still here, and those people are still here to tell me about it. So we're going to have Shabbat services. It's probably around 95 degrees in the sanctuary, but that's still okay. It's not going to be as long. It's going to be condensed, so we don't pass out. And I love the people wearing the shorts, but it will be somewhat abbreviated. We begin with our candlelight blessing on page 120.
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
For those who are able, we rise together for our Kiddush 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu B'shabbat kodsho me'ahava uv'ratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lema'asei bereishit Ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh Zeichel litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu bacharta Ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim B'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Amen. L'chaim.
L'chadodi 138.
Lechandodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechandodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Ishmi'anu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad V'shem ultiferet v'litila Lechandodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechandodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri, hitoreri ki ba'orech Kumi ori, uri, uri לי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לכאן דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לכאן דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Rise together to greet Shabbat HaMalchah.
Boi v'shalom ateret malakam besimcha uv'tzohola toch emunei am segula. Boi chala לכאן דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לכאן דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה.
We continue the bottom page 145. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. We continue with our Chetzi Kaddish right there, 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחי לכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן מעלמם ואמרו אמן.
And we rise to the next page.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yada da da da, 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 yada da da da. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yada da da da, yada da da da, Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai.
We read together at the bottom of page 150. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down, when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
The top of page 161 we read together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts. That we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Our Hashkivenu right there, 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu ושומרנו לחיים. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu לחיים.
163. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Vishamru 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת מי נפש.
We rise together for our tefillah 166.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים צומח נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
We read together at the top of page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. Make contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Betom meinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה משלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
At this moment in our service, we think of those in our community who are in need of healing of body or spirit. We especially think of Linda Applebaum, Margaret Bell, Chase Callahan, Harold Seitlin, Wes Chapman, Deborah Chargois, Orit Cohen, Edward Goldberg, Jeffrey Goldman, Sandra Goldman, Miriam Goldstein, Josie Hatfield, Emily Held, Evelyn Held, Donald Himmel, Corey Kessler, Zane Monlick, Malka Bat Rachel, Susan Schumann, David Siegel, Leslie Simon, Pam Huff Simpson, Liz Slive, Chrissy St. Charles and Don St. Charles, Brenda Weinstein and Edgar Zimmerman. For those who are here with us and you're thinking of a loved one, a name that you wish to share out loud, we invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. For those names mentioned out loud and for those names that are still in our hearts, or Mishaberach, the middle of page 371.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor habracha le'imoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. שבירך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our rabbis teach us that when we step on the glass during the end of the wedding ceremony under the chuppah, there's two teachings. One is the more fascinating, that our rabbis wanted to prevent the breaking of the glass for those bad spiritual entities that could cause harm to the potential marriage. The second has a more deeper spiritual and community understanding, that the broken glass represents the destruction of the temple 2,000 years ago. And we hope that the marriage under the chuppah, they will do their job to rebuild the world in which we live in. That has been the main crux of why we break the glass, not to seal the deal officially. Tomorrow, we will begin to lament this idea of the destruction of the Second Temple. History teaches us that a myriad of reasons for why the Jews rebelled against Rome, but our rabbis understand that the destruction of the temple happened because of baseless hatred that Jews had toward one another. And since then, we've been trying to do our part by making this place better. In a bit of a paradox, we here at a temple that is temporarily broken, physically. Our incredible facilities manager, Ben Singletary, has finally gave us the right guidance to put in a new chiller. He did a fantastic job with bids and engaging with the right people. So therefore, with all of our bar mitzvahs coming up this month and next month, and all the more so, the Jewish high holidays, that we will have the right AC system ready to go. But to me, this is important, because this week we allowed most of the staff to work at home because it has been incredibly hot. But Ben's kindness and his tenacity for this place, with Mark and all the facilities team, Judy Edwards, the clergy assistant, and the also education assistant, and Elizabeth Block and Cassie, all these people, and Catherine, Becky, Stella, these people were still here to make sure that Temple Emanu-El remained open. So what I take from this brief Shabbat service is that though we will lament the destruction of the temple 2,000 years ago, to me, I owe incredible gratitude to the Temple Emanu-El staff members that made sure that this place was open this week and made sure that we will be incredibly more comfortable for those important dates for this congregational family. So I ask you one thing as you leave these sacred doors that's been here for over 140-something years, just a little act of kindness in order to repair the brokenness. Shabbat Shalom, we rise together for our Aleinu 586.
עלינו לשמח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, מקור עלינו ככל המונם. מה אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
On this Shabbat, we recall the yortzites of Abe Abrams, Julian Adler, Etta Allenberg, Louis Allenberg, Erwin Chico Bombshell, Lazar Kushmeriu, Dorothy Weinstein Dubowski, Lee B. Friedman, Francis Friedman, Betty Golding, Bertie Goldstein, Mary Frances Hastings, Emil Carl Hess, Mary Spence Eisenberg, Julius Jaffe, David H. Jaffe, Dr. Noah Wayne Jaffe, Jordan Kirschberg, Milton Kravitsky, Ida B. Levin, Morris Morlow, A.R. Buddy Mazer, Josephine McWaters Alexander, J. George Mitnick, Morris Muncie, Lorenzo Music, Martin Harold Nelson, Ben N. Perlman, Isaac Piatsik, Carrie Rotholtz, Sylvia Rudstein, Esther Siegel, Stanley T. Siegel, Yetta Glazer Sokol, Sally Tanner, B. Varon, Raymond L. Webb, Celia Weinstein and Alexander Zeldin. Our heartfelt condolences on the recent passing of Dolores Layton Andrews, mother of Susan Andrews, grandmother of Anna, Audrey, and David. Charlotte Goldberg, mother of Mitchell Ives, grandmother of Natalie Mussafer, and great-grandmother of Canon, Evan, and Jake Mussafer. And Peter Prince, husband of Betsy. We rise together as united congregation for a Mortar's Kaddish 598. Yigadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, b'yomah divrach yerotei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'b'yomechon, u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agalah u'zman kariv v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam alomei amaya, Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekusha
Barichu.
le'ela minkol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram ne'oma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav Huyaseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav Huyaseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.